All right. Well, we're on the air.
Around. Yeah, let's actually do this here. What is this? Is this soccer? What are we doing?
I don't know. There's our graphic on the bottom of your screen at home.
Boom.
Ask Derek. I don't know. Anyways, hi. Welcome into Boulder. It's Hockey Now in Boulder. Joe Paris, Derek Michelson, Greg O'Brien's here too. There's our graphic on the bottom of the screen. We're your broadcasters tonight. It is a late night. It is past 9 p.m. That is very late. Anyways, make sure to Commissioner Perry's telling me that we have a hot mic. Huh? We do. That is right. Commissioner Perry tuning in at home. We
appreciate the heads up there.
Literally, we don't even care about doing audio checks anymore off air. We're just going to do them live because that's the way we are.
That's
anyways,
how you do it. Do it live.
We do it live. Anyways, welcome in to Boulder, Colorado. Joe Paris, Derek Michelson here with you on your Thursday night. Thank you for joining us from around the country, around the world, around the universe possibly. You can see our Twitter names there on the bottom of your screen. Make sure to send us questions, comments, concerns, haikus, jokes, anything. We will take them all here tonight. Derek.
I shortened mine today, so that way
you
hopefully
did.
people. I felt like mine was long, so hopefully
we're going to do the national anthem. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome in to the University of Colorado Ice Center in Boulder, Colorado. I'm Joe Paris alongside Derek Michelson. We're here for some late night, Thursday night hockey. Monumental matchup to finish the calendar year here at home for Colorado. The number one ranked Minot State Beavers come to town. Derek, I couldn't be more excited for this matchup to end the year.
Yeah, Joe, it should be a good game. I'm really excited for it. It's going to be, like you said, so late when we got that hockey after dark thing going on tonight, but should be a good game. Colorado in for a good test, and hopefully they can get a win before their break, come back the next year. For Minot State, they're going to be playing a little more this year, so see how they can do finishing up the year here.
Minot will return to Colorado next year. These two teams played back in northern North Dakota earlier this year. The Beavers took away 2 victories away from the Buffs. The number one team in the country haven't lost in regulation, Derek.
Correct, yeah.
The only L in the column, a shootout loss to Arkansas, who comes from the Western Collegiate League. But the Buffs coming in at number 5, Derek, a big opportunity here tonight to gain some large momentum heading into the Christmas break.
Yeah, Colorado, a couple times they'd slipped a little bit. They'd gotten up there in their rankings and dropped a game or two, kind of floated around for a while. Seemed like they found their skates again, and they're starting to pick it back up. Hopefully they can maintain that momentum.
And the Beavers will send it deep into the Colorado zone. John Doerr will take some contact. He'll dance around over the puck. Jake Bauer will flip it out to center ice. John Nitchin will go after it for Colorado. Reese Foreman will take it through center ice for the Beavers. He'll be ridden away by the defenseman Chris Doyle. Played around the boards. Fournier will come in from the point, so he send that one in behind. David Coleman will pick it up in the corner for Colorado. He'll look towards Eric Kardash. Gives it up, though. It'll be played deep inside to Cole Olson. Beavers wearing their all-black, trimmed in red and white road uniforms. Colorado still wearing those third jerseys, waiting for their rest of the home jerseys to come in. Not all the players have their nameplates on the back yet. They're waiting for the embroidery to come in. So until then, Colorado will take these. Thomas Jarman will take it deep in. He'll be met up by Kerry Morrison. Jarman still with it. Tries to turn and shoot on Connor Beauchamp. Beauchamp, one of the top goaltenders in the league this year. One of the top goaltenders last year. A tough test for Colorado tonight. In net for the Buffs will be Colin Champagne. Piner wearing 31. Beavers down in deep. It'll be played to the corner by Dylan Johnson. Johnson still with it. Will cycle it in down low. Chasing after it will be Coach Dickerson. Dickerson will be pushed up against the glass. Comes out to the point. Bullifer plays it in down deep. Bradford will pick it up for Colorado. High off the glass it goes. Out to center ice. Jarman will shove Bullifer, and they'll get it back into the defensive zone. Just underway here in the first period of play. Scoreless from Boulder. 17:35 remaining in our first period of play. Trent Edwards will set it out to neutral ice. Rich Wigton got a piece of it. Eric Bullifer and Wigton will go to the corner. Bradford coming out of the scene will slash at it. Out to Dickerson. Dickerson out to neutral ice. Picked up by Dylan Johnson. Johnson, though, will be met up by Matt Hefter. Veteran defenseman for Colorado will receive a pass from Bradford deep in his own zone. He'll come across the ice to Adams. Anders will race to the puck. Bob Pond will meet him there. Wrapped around the glass. Adams will take it in from the blue line. Bryce Lipinski will send it in behind the net of Beauchamp. And Bob Pond out there for the Beavers. He mixed it up last year a ton with Thomas Jarman. Pond and Jarman just couldn't get along. Down on ice level. Lipinski, the Bryce variety, will take it in right at Luke Carter. He'll flip it over the line to the right side of Foreman. Foreman will take a shot. Saved by Champagne. This one will go to the glass. Anders will shoulder a man in. That's Lipinski. That goes to the boards. Wrapped around the outside. Coming in from the blue line will be Foreman. He'll ladle it in as Hefferwell got it with one hand. He'll go D-to-D with Adams. Adams will punch it off the boards over to Jake Bauer. Couldn't quite finesse it home. Lyndon Lipinski will now take it over the line. Hefter will slash it back out to center ice. The Beavers are offside, so they'll have to clear, giving Colorado some time and space with 16:13 remaining in our opening period from Boulder. Bauer over the line. He'll pinch it in down low, so Luke Carter, the Canadian, will go after it. Carter will be down low with his teammate, Matt Anders. Foreman, though, will scoop it out of the pile and advance it forward. This will be a very fast-paced game. Minot is the quickest team that I've seen in this league over the last few years. And I don't think anyone at home is going to disagree with that. In down deep. Minot swarming around the crease of Champagne. To the boards it'll go now to Robbie Moore. Moore outside, can't hit a pass to Martelli. It'll be a race there. Martelli will beat Bauer to the puck in the neutral zone. He'll deliver a hard check. Going down to the ground was Devin Pilkington. Sent in deep. The tough-hitting Mick Bruce will collect the puck in behind the net of Colin Champagne. Bruce, one of the biggest defenders not only on Colorado's team, but in the league. He's got the ability to bring the viciousness down on the ice. Fit and vicious is Bruce. Pilkington in along the glass. He'll shuffleboard in down low as Dylan Gatos will give him the business. Gatos will backhand it out in front. Nitchin will corral it for the Buffs. He'll play it off the glass, and that'll clear the zone as Salvato will chase after it. Referee's got his hand up for an icing call, and that indeed will be our call. Wow, hyperkinetic speed to get things going here, Derek.
Yeah, absolutely, Joe. I mean, some of the things that I think we need to focus on here for this game, each team to walk away with that victory. For Minot State there, they're going to really need to maintain that puck on offense. You know, in hockey, sometimes the best defense is offense. And so for them, kind of capitalizing on that speed, kind of try to get some of those transition opportunities. That'll be really big for them. Let's see if hopefully they can capitalize on some of those. And then for Colorado, they're going to want to try to generate some turnovers. Minot State doesn't tend to turn the puck over too much, so if Colorado can get some of those and get a couple extra opportunities that might swing the game in their favor. Staying out of the penalty box, that's been a big issue for Colorado this year. They have a combined 389 penalty minutes for the team this year, so they're friends of the penalty box, unfortunately for them. So staying out of that and don't get kind of out-muscled and out-physicaled by Minot for Colorado if they want to walk away with that victory, because these are two evenly matched teams, Joe. It's hard to find any statistical differences.
My key to the game for Colorado, stop number 11,
Yeah.
Jeremy Johnson.
That might be one.
One of the most talented players in the league, has a proven track record, a positive track record against Colorado. He single-handedly beat the Buffs back-to-back games last year in North Dakota. Remember, he skated coast-to-coast on back-to-back plays and within a matter of minutes of each other last year, and that put the kibosh on for the Beavers a little bit more than a year ago. The Buffs went to Minot November of last year, I believe. That was a fun trip. It was actually the first road trip of the year. So it was actually earlier in the semester. It must have been October. Who knows? Time flies, right? Jarman will take it in through the neutral zone. From behind, though, it'll be taken away by Dickerson. Shouldered away from Smith, taken on by Johnson. Johnson fires one, and a glove save there by Champagne. Adams will slash at it, backhanded out of the zone. Jarman will receive a pass at center ice, zips it across towards Coleman. Coleman can't quite get there, so Bollifer will collect possession. He'll skittle through the neutral zone and send it in deep. Champagne will liberally come out of his net, and he'll leave it there behind for Adams. 13:31 remaining here in our scoreless first period. In behind for Colorado, the Buffs will go for a change. Wigton will streak up the ice, receives a pass at center. He'll go one-on-one right at Yano. Shot goes wide. Buffs are yet to test Beauchamp. Up the ice will come Brooks. He'll take a shoulder from Bradford. Played though between the neutral zone. Now Doyle, the freshman Chris Doyle will take it. He'll center it up top, looking for Bradford. Unable to connect. It's Robbie Moore that'll advance it along. This time coming on will be Derek Brooks. Brooks will be met along by Matt Adams in the corner. Now with Lipinski. Lipinski can't control it, so out to Doyle it'll go again. He'll take a check. In behind, it will be Foreman, then he'll move it along one more time. Yano will look up the ice. He'll dump it in deep. Chasing after it will be Cole Olsen. Referee will wave off the icing calls. It was tipped as it defended into the zone. Luke Carter will chip it out to center ice. Nobody home, so it will find its way to Kerry Morrison. Morrison will be tracked down by Anders, advancing it forward to Fournier. He'll skip through at the defenseman. Throws it wide of the net. In behind, though, to collect it will be Olsen. Trying to get it out to the blue line. Deflected through some traffic. Flipped up over the net of Champagne. That was a close call. Hefter will backhand it away. Out comes Carter. He'll shuffle it forward, trying to axe it along. Anders will try to handle around Fournier. Almost did so. Fournier got just enough of that one to break it up. Recoiling back is Morrison. Almost handled it right to Jake Bauer. Pushed away, though, by the defenseman and the goaltender. Bauer will swing at it wildly. McNevin will try to corral it. Taken away, though, by Anders. Here comes Carter. Carter will play it against the wall. He'll take a shot from the outside. Goes off the side. We'll record that as the first shot on net tonight for Colorado. A save by Beauchamp. Here comes Jeremy Johnson. He wears 11 on the back of his jersey, but he might as well have number 1 back there because, well, he's the best player, I think, on Minot. But that's this broadcaster's opinion. Again, I'm not sure that a lot of people at home would disagree with that. Bruce will play it across the door. The large defender Dora will go right back to Mick Bruce. The hard-hitting defender looks on to Pilkington. Instead, no, it'll go to Salvato. Broken up, though. Here comes McNevin. McNevin to Johnson. Johnson will be chased down by Bruce. Out to center ice, it'll be Pilkington. He'll chase along. Bob Pond, though, will beat him to the puck. Pond will play it to the board. Salvato, the first one behind him. Sticked at there by Bolifer. Kept in by a shot of Pilkington. Blocked, though, by Johnson. Johnson, who is dangerous in space, gets him with Lipinski. Over the line he goes to the left side. A shot into the chest of Colin Champagne, and he'll hang on for the save.
Yeah, Joe, I mean, that's kind of what I was talking about right there with Minot causing Colorado some grief, getting those turnovers, and then maintaining possession through the neutral zone. I mean, that's key. You see a lot of times because Colorado tends to be more of the hyperkinetic team on the ice most games. This game, they're not. And so what they tend to do is they cause some of those turnovers for themselves in the neutral zone. Minot playing a little better than that and keeping that puck, that possession, and so they're getting a few more looks so far this game.
And what do you think Colorado can do, I guess, to contain the speed of Minot?
That's to contain the speed. I mean, honestly, they need to keep possession. That's if you don't want to chase somebody down the ice, don't even give them the puck. Don't even give them the opportunity to run down the ice. You know, if you keep that puck in your offensive zone and if you maintain possession, you're not chasing anybody. In fact, they're chasing you most of the time. So if you want an easy way to contain speed, that's probably the easiest way to do it right there.
Back and forth action so far. And you know how big of a game this is for Colorado. They're looking for that signature win, and, well, it would be the perfect case to upset the number 1 team in the country on home ice to go into Christmas break. But,
yeah.
Well, it's not a storybook, it's sports. Edwards will play it forward. He had it deflect off the side of Champagne, and he'll look to head up the ice. Both of these teams, very, very good finesse teams, but at the same time, both teams can bring that physical game, which I think is unique to both of these teams, as the shot will go off the side of the net. That actual one hit the bottle of Champagne. And up the ice it'll go. Deflected on the play. Chasing after it will be Martelli. Played forward. Here come the Beavers. A little bit of a deliberate pace there through the zone as they'll go off for a change. Giving Matt Hefter a little bit of time to come through the neutral zone. He'll handle around the defenseman Fournier. We flipped out to center ice where Mick Bruce will come on to play this one. Across now for Morrison. He'll play it along as it's taken off, though, by the defenseman Morgan Martelli. Picked off, though, by Bradford. Bradford in the neutral zone. He'll look on to Wigton. At the top of the circuit, he'll take a shot. Blocked it away by Beauchamp. To the corner it'll go. This time it'll be Martelli. He'll send this one up into the ceiling and out of play. Faceoff will stay here in the zone as it was not deflected by a Colorado player. So an offensive zone faceoff for Colorado, and one thing they did very well against Iowa State was win the faceoff battle, and that was one of the small differences, I thought, in their win a few weeks ago. Johnson trying to catch up to that pass, and this one will go for an icing call as Bruce will catch up to it. 8:52 remaining here in our first period of play. Over half the period already gone by. It'd be nice if we could have a game with few whistles, because as Derek talked about, the Buffs, the parade to the penalty box is it's a common occurrence here.
Yeah, so far, I wish we had a piece of wood here to knock on, but I'm going to say it anyway. So far, Colorado managing to stay out of the penalty box and keeping those guys on the ice. But we'll see. They still got the rest of this period and 2 more to go, so that's something that you don't really want to give another team that opportunity, especially a team that's dangerous in space like Minot. But that said, Joe, the other thing you got to look at, Colorado's killing the penalty 93.4% of the time. So, I mean, they're doing pretty good job with it. So I wouldn't be overly concerned, but sometimes those 1-goal games are the difference. So you don't want to give opportunities, but if they happen, Colorado's confident enough to kill it off.
Dorr out to center ice for Carter. He'll take a large blast from McNevin. Somehow gets the puck all the way down in the corner. We play D to D across now to Bob Pond. Pond will look up the ice, and here comes Jeremy Johnson. Johnson looking to split the D. He'll send one on net. Saved by Champagne. The top of the glove got that one. Played along now to Carter. Carter will look to hit Bauer on the fly. Bollifer, though, will break that one up in the neutral zone. Stick down. Johnson will come after it again. He'll fling this one all the way down into the corner. Champagne will come out of his net to leave it there for John Dora. Dora will play it off the boards to Bauer. Bauer trying to finesse it over to Anders. Somehow gets it through. Anders just didn't have enough control of it. Played out of the zone dangerously. Bauer across now to Edwards. Bauer collecting some speed from his own zone. We'll look at Smith. He'll handle by Smith. He's got a 1-on-2 now to Anders. Shot on net and a save by Beauchamp. And a very good opportunity for Colorado. I don't think Anders got all of that one.
No, he didn't. And I don't think the Minot defenders expected Colorado to just walk through him that easily. I think that was one of those like, hey, you got him. No, you got him. No, you got him. And so I just think it was maybe a little poor communication there from Minot. It was a great opportunity for Colorado. Unfortunately for them, wasn't able to convert, but they'll hopefully get a few more of those looks as the game goes on here.
Dylan Johnson now to Brett Nespor. Nespor trying to center one in front. Looks like he was looking for Brooks, just beyond the outstretched reach of Brooks. Puck will bounce towards Champagne, and he'll make the safe play to dive on top of it.
That's one thing you got to love about Champagne. Champagne, a goalie that's always ready for those kind of garbage pucks to come his way. He's never kind of caught lollygagging or stargazing, anything like that. So Champagne's very good and very sound at that. There was one that he did lose and almost got by him earlier this game, but fortunately for Colorado, Champagne seeing that puck as it came into him.
7:26 remaining in our opening period of play. Scoreless from Boulder. A late-night hockey affair, which has become almost routine here on Thursday nights. The question is, why are we playing at 9 p.m.? Well, there's intramural broomball games that are slated all the way up until about 8:30. They have precedent on home ice. Out to Nespor. I also believe they're into the playoffs. He'll leave it in behind for Morrison. He'll take a shot. It's deflected in front. They score. I think Lipinski got a piece of that one as he directed it into the back of the net. It's either going to be Morrison or Lipinski on the play. Either way, 1-0 Minot.
I want to say that was Lipinski, Joe. From my look, that definitely looked like Lipinski at the last touch. He's the first one through the line, so I think we're going to go ahead and give it to him. We'll wait for the official word, but that definitely looked like a Lipinski goal there.
So the Beavers will jump on top 1-0 with 7:01 remaining in our first period of play. And what Colorado, has done against this team this year is had a hard time scoring first. They haven't done it. And Minot's had the ability to score first and then be able to kind of go after Colorado after the Buffs have to take some chances later on in the games against a very good team. And when you take chances against the number one team in the country, there's a lot of times where it's not going to work out.
Yep, that's very true. And, I think the tough thing for Colorado, especially at this point, now being down 1 goal, they're going to have to come back, is you kind of go into that long break with kind of almost a false sense of security. There's a chance of that anyway. They could go into that break. Maybe some guys skip a workout, maybe some other guys have an extra Subway sandwich, whatever. Somebody's doing something that maybe they shouldn't otherwise be doing, and that could end up hurting their conditioning, their physical fitness. Maybe some guys skip out on some ice time. So coming back on a team like this, if they're able to do it, is always dangerous going into extended breaks, because if you don't have those true leaders on the team, and I don't think this is the case with Colorado, I think they have those leaders, but if you don't have them, there's a good chance that you slack off and you come back and you might lose your first 2 games coming right back.
Bradford had a really good look to Wigton on the backside, just didn't bounce in time for Wigton to catch up to. But the Buffs have gotten it in down low. Hefter will sling at it to try and keep it in the zone. Wigton will lift it into the corner off the very top of the glass.
That was interesting.
Adams will try to fire it from the outside. Doyle a weak shot at Beauchamp, and he will hang on, look at the referee, doesn't get the whistle immediately, looks back at him, and he'll give him the nod for the whistle. 5:33 remaining in our opening period of play. 1-0. Minot State leads. Derek, I didn't hear over the PA system, so unofficially we'll say it's Lyndon Lipinski who has the goal.
Yeah, I'll agree with that. And at the break here coming up in about 5.5 minutes, we'll figure out exactly what happened, and we'll let everybody know when we come back for the second.
Puck out to Dora. He'll send it in down low, where Bauer will come after it. Bodies collide. It's Luke Carter that'll try to get it out of the corner. Intended for Anders, picked off by Foreman. Out come the Beavers. Johnson will streak down the near side of the ice. He'll go to work against Bruce. Bruce will give him the business into the corner. Puck dances free. Johnson catches up to it again. Johnson, who wears the clear bubble, as they say, plays it through some traffic. Foreman, a good shot. Danced free for a moment as Champagne contained it and will hang on.
Yeah, and the thing you notice, Joe, with Minot going down the ice is how calm and relaxed they are. They're not really worried. They're forcing the issue, but they don't seem unsure of themselves. They seem very confident in their abilities. And that's one thing that makes them a really dangerous team in space. Colorado, a couple times they've gone down, they've seemed a little unsure about who's going to take the shot, kind of what their responsibilities are. They've recovered relatively well, but Minot you just don't see that with, and sometimes that'll lead to one or two extra opportunities, and those one or two extra opportunities are what give you that W at the end of the day.
You can see Colorado was definitely keying in on Jeremy Johnson. Bauer playing a little bit higher in the slot there, so when the puck did come to Johnson, he was waiting for it right there.
Yeah, absolutely. Colorado's definitely going to pay attention to him. I mean, you've said it a couple times now. You think he is. I would have to agree with you. Probably one of the better players on the ice out here, at least tonight, if not in the league. And so definitely somebody you want to pay attention to. You don't want him getting out of your sights.
Colorado has iced the puck. Going to come all the way back down into the Buffs defensive zone with 4:38 remaining in the first period of play. Thursday night hockey. Thank you for joining us. You're tuned into Colorado Buffaloes hockey, sponsored to you by Radio 1190 KVCU Boulder. Check them out online, radio1190.org, for all your local music, news, and Buffs notes. Silvato will play it forward. He'll hit the back of Pilkington. On comes Nitchin. He'll take a little bit of a shoulder and a leg, and it looks like the Buffs are going to get a tripping call. So Colorado will go on the power play.
That was a pretty obvious one. You know, nothing hidden there at all. So, Colorado, didn't even have to sell it, and just took the hit, went down, and Colorado's going to be the man up now.
So it'll be Minot that's on the power play with 4:27 remaining. Sorry, it'll be Colorado that's on the power play with 4:24 remaining in the first period. Minot will send it all the way down the length of the ice. It'll be Kerry Morrison who will go off 2 minutes for tripping. So can Colorado cash in here at the end of the first period of play? That would be huge for Colorado's momentum into the locker room.
And this is kind of the one area that if Colorado has probably some of the better chances, this is going to be it on the power play. They're hitting about 20%. They're getting goals on about 20% of their power plays, a little under, about 18 actually. And Minot's struggled pretty mightily this year, killing off penalties. They're only at killing 11% of them, so not doing so great. So Colorado's got a big chance here. Let's see if they can get one on the board, tie it up, going into the second period.
Back and forth between Nitchin and Hefter. It's John Nitchin down low to Bauer. Bauer looks across. He'll find Nitchin there, swings it across to Hefter. Puck bounces over his stick and jumps out of the zone. Buffs will have to clear. Minute 22 remaining on the Colorado power play. Bauer will bring it over the line alongside Bradford. He hit Bradford momentarily, taken away, though, by a pair of defenders. It'll be Foreman that'll send it down into the neutral zone where Hefter will catch up with Colorado. Here comes Matt Hefter over the line. He'll try to pitch it forward again to Andrew Bradford, who's getting some of his first power play time this year.
Minot right now doing a phenomenal job defending that blue line. They're not letting Colorado in more than a couple feet inside the zone, and so Colorado's just been really struggling right now getting that opportunity. Minot doing a good job on this kill here.
45 seconds remaining on the power play for Colorado. Misplayed forward. It'll be sent all the way back down the length of the ice again by Minot. Eric Kardash will jump onto the ice. He'll play it across to R.J. Silvato. Silvato will wrap it around the boards. Beauchamp will come out of his net to leave it there. Catching up to it will be Bullifer. He advances it all the way out past Kardash. So it'll be Bruce that'll come all the way down and retrieve it again. For the 5th time here on the power play, it has been Minot that has cleared the zone all the way down the ice. 20 seconds remain on the power play, 2:45 remaining in the first period. Pilkington will touch it forward. They'll bring it into the zone, but Bullifer will scoop it up and send it down the length of the ice again. And this essentially a picture-perfect penalty kill for Minot.
Colorado only got the one shot, and that was right at the start of that penalty there. So not what you want to see if you're Colorado fans right now. Hopefully they can work out what just happened there at the intermission, or unless they get another one here in the next minute or so. But hopefully they can work that out, because those are going to be the chances they need tonight, those extra chances.
Nesper hits the post, and the puck will end up in the back of the net. Referee not pointing. Minot celebrating as if it's a goal, but the referees have to come discuss something. Yeah. I'm not sure.
Bit of a conference here.
It looks like it's going to be 2-0 Minot. Nesper brought it in. It hit the post and ended up in the back of the net, and indeed, it's 2-0.
Yep, and I think that's Lipinski again. I think that's 2 for him tonight. Not positive on that, but that definitely looked like he was in that side, that area, and he was the first through the line again to his bench. So unless we hear otherwise from the announcers, if we catch it this time, I think that's 2 for him tonight.
2-0. The 2:10 remaining in the first period. The Buffs looking for answers here. The offense has not gotten anything going here tonight. Foreman will play it forward. Played off by Adams. Glove down in the neutral zone. Wigton will try to slash at it as the group bodies will grunge forward. Wigton alongside of Bradford, trying to get it past Nesper. Nesper falls on his backside as the puck will get in deep. Doyle will come after it. He'll give a little bit of a shove to Yano. Wigton will try to catch up to it, but it's just Minot outskating him right now. Foreman will play it around Hefter. In he comes, plays on the backside, shot, and he scores. And it's Brett Nesborn. It's 3-0 Minot.
Colorado really struggling right now on those kind of odd man rush opportunities. Even if it's even going down the ice, Minot just attacking and playing really strong to that net. Colorado struggling to skate with them right now and recover. I think this is one of those they're starting to get in their heads, especially with 2 quick goals like that. That's really tough on a team, on an athlete psychologically. So hopefully Colorado can rebound here. They gotta basically try to get through another minute 30 seconds here unscathed if they can, and get into that locker room, reset themselves, take a breath, and then come back out here and hopefully turn this game around a little bit.
Johnson will swing it across. Blocked by Dorr at the line. Johnson, though, will catch up with it again. He'll go to Lipinski. Bryce Lipinski will send it in around. Coleman will fake out as he'll take a big check there from Brett McNevin. Dorr will slide it across to Jarman. Jarman will look up the ice. He'll fire it towards Coleman. Coleman will miss it. Pop Pond will take it now from Minot with a minute remaining in the first period of play. Again, 3-0. It's been all Minot here. I mean, it was 50-50 hockey the first 13 minutes of the period, but since the 7-minute mark, it's been all Minot. This one will be sent all the way deep into the zone. Will be icing on Colorado.
Well, it was just the floodgates, Joe. You know, you hit one, and then all of a sudden maybe just that quick second of second-guessing your game plan that your coach put together for you, for Colorado in this case. And all of a sudden, here's another one on the board. Now you're really starting to second-guess. Then, boom, there's a third just minutes later. That's really tough. And so Colorado right now, they need to settle themselves down, and they need to get a good opportunity here in this last basically 30 seconds of the first period to have that confidence going into intermission, to be able to adjust their game plan and believe in that adjustment and come back out and make some changes and some moves.
25 seconds remaining in the period. Buffs deep in their own zone. Whoop. Looks like our slate decided to jump up before. It's still a few seconds remaining here in the period. I don't know what just happened there. Okay, there we go. Sorry about that. 5 seconds remaining in the period. This one will go into the corner. Kardash will come after it. He'll skate out the clock, and that is the end of one period of play. Minot leads 3-0. Not a good start for Colorado. They trail by 3 to the number 1 team in the country. They came into this game with a lot of hopes of trying to make a big statement win before going into the Christmas break. And right now it's an uphill battle.
Yeah, and one of the things that credit to Minot State is they seemed to know anyway, that Colorado was going to really key in on Johnson. Like you said, he's hurt them in the past several times, so they really focused in on him. they expected anyway Colorado to focus in on him, which it seems like Colorado did. And that freed up some of the ice a little bit. It kind of opened it up because Colorado was overplaying a little to him at times. So basically what ended up happening is Lipinski there, he just decided to take advantage of it. You know, he's got 5 goals coming into this game on the season. Now he's up to 7 if those 2 were credited to him. We had PA announcer here on home ice, a little bit of a mumbler, wasn't able to pick it up over the air there, so we'll have to check at intermission here. But it just opened up the ice for him, and, you know, he just decided to capitalize. It's a great job by him, standout game for him, hopefully something that he's enjoying. And, you know, if you're Colorado, all you want to do is you want to get some opportunities right now because they've been struggling pretty hard so far in this first period. They need to really kind of recollect themselves, come back out focused and determined. And if they can do that, then they have a chance of getting back in this thing. But if they don't, this could be a real big problem for them.
We're going to step aside, but we'll be back in about 15 minutes with the second period of play. You're tuned to the University of Colorado Hockey, sponsored by Radio 1190. Joe Paris alongside Derek Michelson. 3-0 after 1 period of play. We know the graphics is 0-0 on your screen, but we're having an issue. We're going to fix it. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back into the University of Colorado Ice Center. Second period of hockey about to kick off. Joe Paris alongside Derek Michelson over there. Hi, Derek.
Hello, Joe. How's it going?
There. I'm good. How are you?
Oh, well, you know. Good.
Good?
Hanging in there.
Make sure to send those tweets in on Twitter if you want to do that. You don't have to. We just enjoy it.
We do like to talk to people. And it's hard for them to talk through the TV. So we figured Twitter was a good alternative.
We like that. So if you want to do the tweet thing, it's fun.
The Twitter sphere?
The Twitter sphere, yeah. So, interesting sight during the intermission. A few of the hockey boys had the machine steal their money when they're trying to buy a vending snack. So they, like hockey players did, they took the machine into their own hands and they tipped it over and they got their snacks plus a few more.
Yep.
So that's not bad, eh?
Players. No, yeah.
Sure. Why not?
It's 3 snacks for the price of 1. Apparently it was on sale.
We're having a fire sale.
Yeah. Get down to the CU Rec Center.
So we'll put 20 minutes up on the board. Second period, 3-0. Faceoff will be won back by Matt Anders, so we'll be on to Matt Adams, who will play it all the way through. Can Colorado come out of the locker room with a little bit of fire? It appears that they will. I was walking through the locker room area on my way back up to the broadcast position, and I heard the Minot State players say to a certain Lyndon Lipinski and a certain other Bryce Lipinski, said, "I bet you guys can't do that again." Probably referencing the handful of goals there in that first period. I think they probably could, the way Colorado's defense is playing here tonight.
Yeah, and like we said, so far the ice has been open for them because Colorado, excuse me, Joe, Colorado paying a lot of attention to Jeremy Johnson, and rightly so. But if they keep doing that, then they're going to have a Lipinski attack on their hands.
There's actually a third Lipinski that's not playing here tonight, so a trio of Lipinskis on this roster.
They got a line.
Offsides, it'll be Johnson sliding over the blue line. Just underway in the second period. 3-0 our score. Faceoff will come out to the neutral zone. If you didn't see it, folks, if you're sports fans, apparently the Green Bay Packers beat the Lions on a Hail Mary pass on the last play of regulation.
67-yard toss from Aaron Rodgers there.
So you turn on any sports program tonight, and that'll probably be the lead. Yeah. This will probably follow right behind it.
Scott Van Pelt's best thing he saw all day, I'm sure.
Centered in front, will be battled for on the crease. Yano will glove it down for Minot. He'll send it through some traffic, saved by Champagne. Puck still loose in front. On the backside, it slips 3 to the outside. Now to Foreman. Foreman through some traffic. And a glove save by Colin Champagne.
Yeah, Minot had a real small window there, Joe, but they did have a window. They were poking that puck constantly out on the side. Champagne, I don't think he realized he was giving up a little space there in between his blocker and his body. Kind of right, trying to describe it here, kind of right above his hip, below where his rib starts. There was a real small window there. And Minot was trying to poke it right through, but just couldn't get it done. Not that they necessarily need another goal right now, though. They got that 3-0 lead. So,
well said. 18:30 remaining here in the second period of play. 3-0 Minot. Three first period goals. Really nothing to write home about for Colorado in the first 20. Skating backwards is Morrison. Morrison, who had an assist in the opening period, will bounce it off the boards in behind for Martelli. He'll send it through, and it'll be Nesper now. The captain gains the zone, sends one on a glove save by Champagne. Block it away to the boards. It'll go to Jarman. He'll play back to John Dora. Dora will be chased away by Nesper. He'll have to cycle it to the corner now for Mick Bruce. Bruce will gander down the ice. He'll look towards Jarman. Instead, he'll elect to skate it through himself. Walks it through some traffic. Over the line it goes. No one can control it. Slung off the boards all the way down the length of the ice for an icing call. 17:49 remaining in our second period.
Again, Joe, Colorado, when they're trying to move the pucks down the ice, they're taking their time a lot so far this game. They're going really slow. One guy trying to just kind of carry through almost, it seems. Where, on the other hand, Minot making really beautiful tape-to-tape long passes to really try to capitalize on that guy trying to streak down the ice. And that's what's given them those opportunities so far this game. So Colorado, they either need to change it up how they're defending those, or they need to be maybe a little more aggressive when they're trying to press down the ice.
A really good chance on the backside for Bradford, and able to convince that puck to go to the back of the net. It'll be Minot that'll swarm in behind. Playing it out of the zone will be Morrison. Chasing after it will be Brooks. Brooks is going to slide onto the scene on the backside. Shot, and a save by Champagne. That one got a piece of the post.
I think it got a lot of the post, actually, Joe. That sounded pretty loud up here.
But kept it out of the net. 31 did in gray. Behind for Edwards, out to Wigton. Advanced on to Doyle.
But that was kind of what I was talking about, Joe. You saw three different Minot players attacking the net, two on the backside. So that pass, it just simply went through. First guy wasn't able to handle it, or he didn't try one of the two. It was a little tough to tell because it was a quick bang-bang play. But there was a backup guy right on his hip, also in great position, and Colorado defender's not in sight.
And the referee's going to blow icing, although the goaltender touched the puck first. Beauchamp looking for an explanation. He wanted to continue play here. But the referee will blow his whistle, and it's not an icing call, so I think the puck will be at the right circle here in the zone, and it will. So an offensive zone faceoff for Colorado. Now it looks like they're going to bring it out to the neutral zone. The referee's deciding here tonight. The quad group, two referees, two linesmen. And it'll come out to center ice on the mistake. Matt Hefter will skate back to the blue line. Bauer will swing at it, doesn't get a piece of it. Out to Johnson. Johnson and Bauer along the boards. He'll shove him forward. Carter will try to slide it between the legs of Pond. Out to Hefter. Hefter will slide it in along. It'll bounce into the corner. Collecting it will be Eric Bullifer. Bullifer will be chased into the glass. He'll take some contact from Carter. Puck bounce free to Johnson. Dylan Johnson, that is. Held up by Anders. Forward now to Carter. Carter sees Bauer going towards the net. He'll get it there almost. Bauer on the doorstep. Just couldn't catch up. Out to the blue, and a slap shot goes wide from Hefter. In behind for Anders. Anders slides it in front. No one home immediately. Carter trying to catch up to the play. It'll be played against the front of the boards and out all the way down the length of the ice. Champagne looking for a stretch pass. He'll hit Anders there at center ice. Anders tried to leave it for Bauer. Unable to do so to come back to Matt Adams. And Champagne has no real choice other than to slide and land on top of that one, so that'll be a defensive zone face-off for Colorado.
Yeah, I think Anders thought Bauer was a little closer to him, so I think he just kind of let it go, thinking that Bauer was already right there, maybe coming in with a little more speed at least, and unfortunately he wasn't. I like what Colorado did, though, on that last opportunity. They really pushed the zone hard, and because of that, they got a couple good chances, one really good as they were kind of breaking in, and then another one that just didn't bounce their way. It ended up bouncing off the skate of a Minot player right in front there. But Colorado definitely got at least a couple chances more than we've really seen all game, to be honest. And those are the things they need to keep doing, and hopefully they saw that it worked. They keep pressing the issue, and they can get some more chances here to potentially get a goal or two back.
The Buffaloes are definitely pushing the agenda here on our second act of the three-act play known as ice hockey. Really less of a play, I suppose, more than a sporting event.
Yeah.
But for us, it's like dramatic theater. Salvato will slash at it in front, and Beauchamp will hug that one against the post and hang on. We have no outcome no ability to change the outcome of the game.
Yeah, that's true.
So it really is theater.
Unless you want to go put on some pads, we could try.
No, I did that.
Yeah,
I did that.
I'm not about to do that.
Not doing that ever again. No, I don't want to.
No, yeah, it's that's one of the great things about sports, Joe, is that you can't really control what's happening on the field, the court, the ice, I don't even know what other kinds of playing surfaces there are. You can't control that, so all you can do is you can really just hope for the best, and you can just ride the wave of emotion that is sports, and that's why I think everybody loves sports. That's what makes them so fun.
Cole Olson will play it along the boards. It'll be chipped out, though, to center ice by Colorado with 15 minutes remaining in the second period. Devin Pilkington will take a spill against the boards. Backhanded all the way deep to Champagne. He'll skate forward with it and wrap it around the boards, and it'll bounce over Fournier's stick and out to Pilkington. Pilkington looks a little bit slow after he was banged up against the boards here on the near side. He's definitely nursing his leg. Pilkington, one of the faster skaters on Colorado, clearly not at full speed right there. Olsen down low, meanwhile, down behind the goal line. Centers one out up top. It'll come to Morrison. Morrison will slide it through some traffic off the leg of Bruce. Flipped forward. Coleman will chase after it. As Pilkington will finally go to the bench, looking like he's nursing his left leg. Meanwhile, it'll be Nespor who'll back one here away on the backside of that one. Martelli almost slid that one through. Just couldn't quite connect the stick to the puck. And Colorado forced to send this down the length of the ice to avoid further pressure. And icing will be called.
Yeah, Champagne just one thing, if I'm trying to change something right now, so far within the last couple minutes that we've seen from Colorado's game, I would wish Champagne would just let up a few less rebounds, especially big-time rebounds. He's letting those go right to the high-traffic, high-scoring areas. So if he can kind of contain those and corral those maybe a little better, I think Colorado would be in a bit of a better position. And hopefully, I know you said that they've been really the thing that helped them capitalize against Iowa State was winning those faceoffs, and I think that's something that they can try to build off on here today if Champagne can maybe make some of those saves instead of letting them squirt out to scoring areas.
13:57 remaining here in the second period of play. Still 3-0. 3 first period goals by Minot. Lipinski driving it through for the Beavers. He's looking good. Buffaloes, though, have done a good job to slow him down. Energy line out there for Coach Eric Ballin, Jarman, Gruber, and Coleman. The defenseman Edwards out there alongside Eric Kardash. Down it goes. Played now to Brett Nespor. Nespor over the line alongside Lipinski. Sends one on some net. That one hit the crossbar. Out to Bob Pond. Pond's got an alley. He'll take a shot, and he scores. And it was touched in front, I believe, by Lyndon Lipinski. And is that a hat trick for Lipinski? I think it is.
If they actually give him the credit for that goal, that's going to be a hat trick for him. I don't know. I was looking.
I think he got a piece of it.
I was glancing. I was just kind of changing my field of vision, so I missed it if he did touch it. But it was a good shot. I also think Minot State has won the 3-post game here tonight, Joe. They've hit the crossbar on that last kind of volley of shots there. They've hit. I know both posts as well, so they also won the 3-post battle tonight.
4-0. Minot in front. A shot is blocked in front. This one will go to the boards. Again, this is Colorado's final game of the calendar year. The next time they'll play after tonight will be on the road in Arizona when they take on the University of Arizona at the Tucson Ice Center. So, I mean, if you're Coach Eric Ballard and the coaching staff here tonight, you're asking your boys just to leave it out there.
Yeah. And there's no excuse not to. The next game, I want to say it's like January 19th, I believe, something.
It's before school comes back. They actually take a road trip during the winter break period. I believe it's early January. I think it's 6, 7, 8 maybe, 5, 6, 7, somewhere.
So, I mean, even if that's the case, that's still, it's weeks and weeks away. So there's no excuse not to give everything you got into this game. I mean, I know you're kind of reaching that midpoint a little bit of the season, and so some guys might be banged up, some of those things. And those are always tough injuries to fight through sometimes, but at the same time, this is you have weeks off coming, so this is one of those situations where, like you said, if you're Coach Ballard, you're telling them, just keep going. If you can skate, get it done.
In comes Lipinski. Lipinski takes a shot, saved by Champagne, bounces down. Johnson, first son of the scene, alongside McNevin. To the corner it'll go. I mean, give credit where credit's due. Connor Beauchamp on the other end is who's done a good job, but honestly, he hasn't been tested.
Yeah, he hasn't really faced any shots. I mean, it's like you said, he's doing a great job, but it's a lot easier to do a great job when you only really face, I think Colorado might have 6, 7 shots today compared to, I think, Minot probably up in the 20 range by now.
Yana will get it from his blue line. He'll play it forward to Johnson, onward to Olsen. Picked off by Hefter. He'll slash at it, sticks with it, takes a big check there by Yana. Boy, what a collision. Meanwhile, the puck will be pushed to the corner. Carter will come after it. He'll play at it towards Foreman. In behind, Anders couldn't quite break it up. Bruce, though, will. He'll get pushed along the boards by Dylan Gatos. Trickles to Dora. Dora will take a shot from an ugly angle. Pilkington, who looks like he's got his step back, played against the glass. Picked off immediately, though, by Reese Foreman. Foreman will chip it forward, picked off by Bruce at the blue line, push it into a space where no one is around. Yana will get there first, and he'll take a collision from Mick Bruce. Looks like Mick is a little frustrated, and he's going to start delivering the lumber. It is the Christmas season. It's time to get the lumber going.
I see what you did there. But if you're Colorado, that's something you don't want to do. That's something like we talked about a little earlier in this broadcast. Tons and tons of penalty minutes for the Buffaloes this year. So, and you're already down 4-0. What sense is there to give the opposing team that additional advantage of having extra guys on the ice? There isn't any. So it's something you don't want to do. You want to avoid doing that. So it's you want to be careful not to let the other team get in your head. Like Colorado's kind of right in that dangerous position. Coach Ballard may potentially think about taking a timeout if he wants to just kind of have them cool off a little bit on the ice, just to make sure they're not doing anything that's going to put them in a bigger hole this game.
10:23 remaining in the second period of play. Minot all over Colorado here at home tonight. Again, this will be the final calendar year game for Colorado. Nitchin will play it forward to Salvato. They get a 2-on-1 if they hurry. Salvato at the top of their circle trying to finesse it in down low. Nitchin couldn't get a piece of it. Beauchamp saw it go behind him. The net dislodged as Morrison shoved Salvato into the netting.
But, Joe, I tell you what I love about that last break for Colorado is Colorado coming into this game 124 assists as a team. So they've really kind of moved that puck. They've helped each other out. Not a lot of individual play necessarily. At times it's warranted, but Colorado doing a great job playing as a team and coming together. So even though they're down 4-0, even though sometimes that's that situation where that guy tries to take it into his own hands, Colorado not kind of letting that mindset get in, take control of them, and they're still playing as a team, and they're still playing pretty good hockey. So they're still in this thing. It's going to take a lot to come back, but never say never on the Buffaloes.
And Colorado's starting to make those small plays in the dirty zones, so to speak, that would have made a difference in the first period. Yeah. You saw in that last exchange, Devin Pilkington extending his arms to knock a puck down through the neutral zone and just playing it into a dead area instead of it being advanced forward to look like Dylan Smith, who is streaking forward. And if Pilkington doesn't get a piece of that one, it's going to be a rush for Smith. Yeah. And that's the play that in the first period, there's a few times where Colorado just got caught napping a little bit and the forwards burst through. And you talked about in the opening minutes of the first period that the real difference, off paper. On paper, these two teams have a lot of really good players, but off paper, the thing you can't see is speed.
Yes.
In Minot State, in sports, the adage is speed kills, and you're seeing that here tonight.
Yeah, exactly. Be fast or be last, that whole thing. And Minot right now proving that being fast, they're not last in this game, that's for sure, with that 4-0 lead.
The poet Bruce Dickinson, be quick or be dead.
How many other ways can we say this? We got 3 so far. 2 or 3? 3, I think.
By the way, if you know who Bruce Dickinson is, and I know that poet was a strong word, the lead singer of the 1990s hair metal band Iron Maiden. Their hit single, Be Quick or Be Dead. Not a sponsor of this show at all. Pond from the blue line sends a blast, saved to the corner. Nesper will come after it. Rather Johnson now. Johnson has it broken up, though, by Trent Edwards. Edwards will lose the puck almost immediately as the puck will come out to the blue line, kept in by Bob Pond. Pond, who's been quiet here tonight, will take a shot that goes high up the glass, looking in front, swarming is Dickerson. Out to Pond again. Pond through some traffic. Shot goes just wide up the side as Dickerson was waiting for it on the left side of that net as it had opened up as Champagne slid away. And George Gruber, the 7th, will play it forward. Trying to hit Coleman on a 1-2 pass. Broken up at center ice. Over the line comes Johnson. Johnson tries to flip it around Edwards. It'll trickle through, and Champagne will hang on for that one. 8:32 remaining in our second period of play. Although the scoreboard doesn't indicate it, Colorado is playing much better hockey here in the second.
Big time, big time.
I mean, there's a reason why the Beavers come in the number one team in the country. They have not lost in regulation. Their only loss, a shocking defeat to the Razorbacks of Arkansas. I guess the humble brag is that they came from our conference, which is great.
Yeah.
I'm sure Commissioner Perry at home just smiled. If he's still listening, hi, Chris. Chris Perry, the commissioner of the Western Collegiate Hockey League, established in 2013, and originally had the charter members of Arizona State, Arizona, Colorado State, Colorado, Oklahoma, and Central Oklahoma. Now it looks a little bit different. The Missouri State Ice Bears and the Arkansas Razorbacks replacing Arizona State, who went to Division I NCAA, but maybe returning next year as a club hockey team again.
Maybe we'll have to see. Have to keep a close eye on that one. Kind of an interesting set of circumstances going on over there in ASU.
Looking for positives, they've kept their discipline together. No penalties from Colorado here tonight, and you're not seeing anything after the whistles, which you assume is probably a coaching plus. You would check that up to coaching staff saying that's enough, boys.
I completely agree. I think that's definitely one of those where the coaches had finally seen enough of the kind of extra chippiness after whistles, things like that, cleaned up the play a little bit because it does put your team at a disadvantage. That said, maybe this is one of those things not to encourage foul play, breaking rules, anything like that, but maybe Colorado just they're not as fervent as they usually are because they're not having to kill some of those penalties that we've seen. In fact, they haven't had one so far this game. And so maybe that's something that's affecting them. They don't feel like they need to play as fast or as tough as sometimes they've always done. So, who knows if that's the case, but it's a theory anyway.
Low key, I think the Buffs are picking up the physicality a little bit.
The
puck is in tight. Oh, deep on Champlain. That almost bounced past. Dorr will advance it forward. Here comes Bauer. He's got Pilkington with him. He'll send it through. Dorr gets taken down, so up the ice will come Robbie Moore. Moore's got Brooks coming alongside Lipinski. Shot on net, saved by Champagne. And the rebound will dance forward to the outside of the crease. He'll hop on top of it for the stoppage of play.
And that right there, Joe, was an exact result of what we've been talking about all along with the speed of Minot. Colorado, it was a 1-on-2 basically into the zone. Minot just carried it in, decided didn't really have anything, didn't have numbers or any angles, so he just pulled it out to the side a little bit over towards the corner. But sure enough, here comes two streaking Minot players to take that 3-on-2 advantage down the ice, and they were able to get that pass there, get a shot on net, and those are those little things that have propelled Minot to this 4-0 lead. We've said they've started to correct some of them, but those are those last couple things Colorado really needs to correct if they can. Maybe a slight change in strategy will help with that over this next 6 minutes and then into the third period if they want a shot at coming back into this game.
Played forward by Colorado, kept in by Bob Pond. He is a puck magnet on the blue line. A wall. He does not let the puck go by him very often. It's Pond with it now. Moves over to Bolifer. Touched in. Bruce will skate after it. Across now to Dorr. Dorr sees a man coming in on him. Looks like it was Smith that was trying to line him up. Big collision down on the corner. Johnson will get it over two more. Smith. Along the boards, Pilkington was waiting for the puck to catch up to him. It never did. Smith looking for a centering pass to Johnson. That one pushed away. Bruce will give Smith a shove. The two will go to the corner. Puck will come out to the right side to Dickerson. A shot from the backside will slide through the creases. Looks like Bruce will clear out Dylan Smith. Here comes R.J. Salvato. Salvato, who returned to the lineup last month after being injured. He actually took a nasty shot in tryouts. He broke his nose, and I was actually on the bench when it happened, and I don't know how he got off the ice without, making a sound like a blood-curdling scream. His nose was on the other side of his face. The trainer offered to put it back to its original place on the spot. He said, maybe not.
Interesting note, actually, Joe. Speaking of trainers, I was talking to CU's trainer on the bench with them there today, Jeff, and was in the training with him earlier. A good friend, I've known him for a couple of years, just kind of joking around with him and saying that they came to the realization the other day that so far when he's been on the bench for the Buffaloes, they have not had a home loss. So he's over there on the bench. So if he wants to keep that streak going, Colorado's going to have to make a pretty significant run here at the end of the second and into the third period if they want to keep that streak alive.
Well, it looks like athletic trainer Jacqueline will now have a case to return to the return to the bench after tonight.
An excuse for that one, exactly.
Speaking of University of Colorado personnel, I've been told that Chris Shook is turning in tonight. Shooky, if you're listening, hello from Derek and Joe.
Hopefully, yep.
That rhymed. Check.
Did it?
Yeah. Hello from Derek and Joe.
I like it.
The OE.
There you go. That needs to be on the quote board. We need a quote board. We need to put that on the quote board. I like that one.
Engineer Greg is missing. If anyone's seen him, we don't know where he went. Anyways, 4:06 remaining in the second period of play. 4-0 on Thursday night. Thank you for joining us. We are live from the University of Colorado Rec Center. Unless you're watching this tomorrow, in which case we're not live.
Yes.
But still encourage you to send us your tweets. Doyle will come in from the blue line to play it into the corner for Bradford. Bradford will whirl it away. Whirly gigging away the puck. Caught up by Craig Fournier. Fournier tries to split the defenders. Instead, he'll go to the boards. He'll be chased there by Matt Adams. Sticks with it. Sockers it forward. Hefter will play it away from him. Catching up behind. He'll finesse it in along for Fournier again. Tries to pitch it back around Bradford. Consumed. Doyle battling there. Bradford again will push the pile through. Around. Hefter, the defenseman, way up in the play. Tries to backhand it. Saved by Beauchamp. And somebody ran into the goaltender. And he's going to get a shoving as Wigton's mixed up with, looks like Dylan Gatos down low.
And I think...
look at Beauchamp. Are you get a shot of that? He's taking a break there. He's nonchalant goalie there. Can you get a shot of that?
Look at that. Try to get in there real quick.
There he is. Hi, Connor. And we didn't quite get the shot, but he was
just missed it.
Taking a rest, using the netting as a pillow. Maybe he's tired. I mean, it's late. I know we come from the same time zone as 10:17.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I just got a message on Twitter.
Oh, okay.
I was wrong. They lost to Midland in the shootout, not Arkansas. We lost to Arkansas in the shootout. I knew it was Midland. Something about that wasn't right. It was. You're absolutely right. Jared McIntosh tweeting in. Thank you very much, Jared.
2 points to you, Jared.
Yes.
Twitter points of the night.
Thank you very much. I am wrong. I'm sorry. I knew that, too, because Sports Information Director at Midland, he and I are friendly, Dave Albrecht, and I was following Dave's tweets for that game, and when he tweeted that Midland had won, I thought it was probably women's hockey, but it wasn't. It was actually the Warriors had beaten the Beavers in the shootout, so that's right. I am human.
Yeah. Looks like I got a bit of an ice issue. Referees working on that down there in the crease area, I want to say. I'm not sure if they're working on where the mooring goes into the ice or not. I know both creases here at the CU ice rink, they sometimes need a little bit of extra care and attention after the Zambonis do their work. But so I can't see exactly what part of the crease they're working on, but they're doing a little work down there, a little overtime for the referees.
$10:18 local time here.
Another late day.
Finals are next week at the University of Colorado. I have opted not to take them.
I have one. I tried to join your train, but I couldn't get on it. So,
I will be taking them. I'll just be taking them early. For those of you that are also fans of the Western States Hockey League, the Las Vegas Shootout in Nevada is taking place during finals week, and I was asked to go down there, and I said, of course, I'd love a free trip to Nevada. Now, the hard sell is going to your professors and telling them you're going to Nevada for work, and then they ask Reno or Vegas.
Yeah, exactly.
And what do you do
that
for a job?
That was going to be my next question.
What kind of business takes you out there?
Is this something we need to be concerned about?
What are you doing in your free time, Joe? And I said, other than napping and watching hockey, not much.
Yeah. Well, everybody's got to have their thing, right?
Hashtag senior year.
Yeah, that's it right there. That's the winner.
I would like to take a moment in the stoppage of play to say hi to our fans watching in North Dakota. When we go on the road, it's a lot of work. It's always very tiring. But when we were in Minot last year, we were in Williston and we were in Minot, the friendliest people
I think you mentioned that to me.
I sent you a text message. I think during that trip. I
believe yes.
When we were up. Everyone very friendly in the Minot area. Everyone was. As soon as we got to the rink, there was 3 people there asking us if we needed anything. Everyone very friendly. Ken Oda, the play-by-play guy last year. I think he still does the games this year. He also does the NA games for the Minot Minitaros of the North American Hockey League. He was there to, again, greet us, and very nice. And they went above and beyond, so I would like to recognize you guys at home. Thank you very much.
Hey, there we go.
Anders takes a shot, and he scores.
All right.
And that'll break the shutout from Beauchamp. And just like that, it's 4-1. The scorekeeper gave him 2 goals for that one. Up on the board, it said 4-2.
Hey, well, sometimes you got to give the homeboys a little extra push. But
Derek, would you say that was karma? I start complimenting the people at home, and we get a goal.
I was wondering when we were going to finally hit our broadcaster's curse of the game. We'd said a few things that were pretty definite tonight so far, and nothing happened to the contrary until right there. So I guess that was it. But no, it was a great goal by. Excuse me, man, that's a couple times tonight, but great goal by Colorado. It almost seemed very casual, just kind of walking in over the blue
I wasn't
line,
ready for that.
Yeah, he just had an open look, decided to take it, and next thing you know, it's a 3-goal game.
Well, Minot had done such a good job of really, from the high slot down, really sealing off the entire center of the ice.
Yep.
And that was really the first time that any Colorado player had gotten through and had some space, and I think Anders was a little surprised too. It wasn't a complicated shot. He went right side on the post and snuck it in. And
the one thing I could say that would give it any sort of complication maybe was as he was coming in, he was kind of angling off to the left side corner basically. He was momentum and his body was heading that way, but he shot to the opposite post. So I don't necessarily think Beauchamp had started drifting to that side to follow the player, but if he had, that could have been opened up an opportunity for Anders to sneak that puck in. But it was a good shot. It went in, and that's all you need. You just need that first one on the board, and then maybe you start to get some of that momentum.
Well, it starts with 1,
yep.
And with under 2 to go here, 1:45 remaining in the second period of play. You never know what can happen on the last game of the calendar year.
Hockey After Dark.
Hashtag Hockey After Dark. Thank you to the Pac-12 Conference
yeah.
for that tweet thing.
But hey, it works.
It does work.
It's been proven.
To be fair, most of the games we play are after dark.
That's true.
So Nitchin goes through the neutral zone. He'll be taken down, and a referee's whistle would signal a penalty. So yep. Colorado will go on the power play. 1:18 remaining in the second period to play. 0 for 1 on the night. 2
penalties, 2 trips, but it's been a real clean game. It's been really interesting actually to watch. We're used to having to call 15, 20, sometimes 30 penalties here at the CU Boulder Rec Center. So
when Colorado State comes by,
yeah,
get out the books.
Yeah, get out the lead, get ready.
Get the pens out.
No, it's been definitely a clean game. So it's definitely been interesting to watch. Different dynamic than we're used to seeing here, but.
Jeremy Johnson, 2 minutes for tripping, so he'll go off the ice. 1:05 remain in the third period. 1:45 on the power play. So if Colorado is unable to score, this will carry over into the third period.
But it would be huge if Colorado could get a goal in the ending minute of this period here. If they can, that'll really bring that momentum and take it into the second. But this is dangerous now.
2-on-1. Fournier alongside Moore. Back to Fournier. Yano joining. Saved by Ciampa. I'm not sure if they got a shot off. 40 seconds remaining in the period. Colorado has time for a rush. Anders unable to catch up to that one, and this one will go for an icing call. Detrimental to the power play.
Yeah, there was a shot in there. Champagne just doing a great job gliding with the player, not getting out of position, got a skate on it, and just pushed it to the corner. But, yeah, that was a real dangerous opportunity for Minot. Just wasn't able to convert, luckily for Colorado.
35 in the third seconds remaining in this second period. 1:17 on the power play to the Buffs. Again, Jeremy Johnson is relaxing in the penalty quarters. Tripping penalty. Hefter will handle around McNevin, and here comes Colorado. Nitchin waiting for it at the line. He'll slash it forward, but this one will be dumped all the way down the length of the ice. 17 seconds remaining. McNevin, the first one there. Champagne will pass it off to Anders. Anders will take a shoulder, get driven down into the boards by Olsen. Bauer, Anders, across to Salvato with 5 seconds. Dumped out to the neutral zone, and that will do it for our second period of play. So the good news is that's a tie period. 1-1 period there in the second. Each team getting 1 mark.
Yep. It's a little unfortunate for Colorado, a little frustrating seeing Nitchin just almost too lackadaisical going down the ice there with about 30 roughly seconds remaining in the period on a power play. I mean, it's not like you had a ton to lose if you don't actually get a goal, but at least give it a rush, give it a look. You have an opportunity, you have extra man, why not take advantage of it? And it seemed like Nitchin was just a little more content just to carry the extra man into the third period. But unfortunately, you look at it, you only got 42 seconds of that extra man opportunity. You got to figure first 2 to 3 seconds of that is going to be a face-off. So even if you win that face-off cleanly, you really only have 40 seconds. That's enough time for 1, maybe 2 pretty solid looks, if you can even get that much. If you don't even win that face-off cleanly, I mean, you essentially just eliminated that man-up opportunity, that penalty, power play. And, so it's kind of unfortunate if you're Colorado, it's seeing him just kind of so lackadaisical with the puck. You would have really liked to see him push that puck down the ice more.
40 minutes of play gone. Our score 4-1. Minot State leads Colorado. We're going to step aside. Second intermission is here. But when we come back in 15 minutes, we will have the final regulation period of the 2015 calendar year. Alongside Derek Michelson, I'm Joe Paris. Thank you for joining us on your Thursday night. It may be Friday where you are watching.
Where you're watching. That's true.
If you're on the East Coast, or
it might be 26 minutes into Friday.
Correct. So happy Friday if it is indeed Friday. We're going to take a break, but we'll be back in 15 minutes with the third period. Finally, after 14 minutes, we're back. Except Derek has his mouth full of candy, so I'm back. Hold on. There's a graphic we're going to put up. All right. You ready for this? Boom. There are our lovely faces. I'm on the right. That's me. That's Joe. Really, I actually don't look like that in real life. And Derek on the left side, he actually does look like that in real life. Except you're wearing glasses tonight.
I am. I had a test earlier. I hate wearing contacts during the test. You never trust those things. It gets dicey.
If you're curious, and none of you were, the picture that was taken of Derek on the left side of your screen, that was actually taken while he and I were calling University of Colorado women's volleyball.
Yep.
So that was where that picture came from. And mine, the picture on the right, is actually was taken at Pepsi Center last year when Colorado kicked the crap out of Colorado State 9-1. That was a fun one. That was exciting. So, a little liberal with the wording, I know, but
this is Boulder.
This is Boulder. It's the most liberal city ever.
There's that. Yep.
We did, however, host the GOP debate.
That we did. That's very true.
And if any of you are on the Heartland Regional Emmy Award Committee, we would really appreciate your vote in March. So we would love to win an Emmy for that. Or this.
Or both.
I just want an Emmy.
Yep.
You know what I did learn, though? Even if you win an Emmy, you don't get the trophy. You get a piece of paper, and you get the option of paying for the trophy.
Well, how much is the trophy?
$200. Worth it.
That's definitely one of those. We got another. For those of you wondering why we're just kind of talking over here, Joe and I, we got another ice dilemma. Even though the Zamboni was
we're just doing this because we don't care anymore. This is
that may or may not have anything to do with it.
Well,
cannot confirm nor deny.
Literally, this is. Oh God. I love calling hockey, don't get me wrong, but this has been a long semester, and we're finally at the end of it, so.
And both of us seniors, so hitting that kind of senioritis really.
Senioritis.
Right now. Both of us kind of not a lot going on next semester either, so this is basically it.
I was up late watching hockey. I was watching the games from a few weeks ago when we traveled to Minot. Watching the DVDs that Coach Ballard brought home. So I watched those last night to study up on this team. It's really interesting, though, for Minot. This team is so similar to last year's team. I mean, it's really, first of all, as a broadcaster, it's great because you remember all the guys. Second of all, I mean, you feel like you already know the team. It's exciting. So, Anyways, 20 minutes up on the board for regulation hockey remaining here in the third. 40 seconds remain on the power play for Colorado. They trail by 3 goals. Do they have a little bit of magic in them? It's the holiday season. Why not?
Yeah.
I asked Santa Claus for a Buffs win tonight, so we'll see if.
I haven't gotten around to my list yet. So.
Dude, you got to.
Might have to add that on there.
The way the postal service is these days in the holidays, you got to send your list in like September.
Yeah.
If you really want Santa Claus to get to your list, for any young viewers at home, if you're a young viewer at home and this actually pertains to you, you should go to bed. It's very late.
Yeah.
Hefter from the blue line will move it over to Nitchin. Nitchin with 4 seconds on the power play will dance in, finds a lane, through some traffic, can't pull the trigger, bouncing around as the puck, out to the blue line. Hefter will take a shot from McNevin, but still advance it forward for the moment as now Bullifer will move it up the ice. Bullifer dangling along, gets around Anders, but not Hefter, as Hefter will play it against the boards. He'll again take a large check. Lipinski will lose it. Brooks will pick it up for the Beavers. Just underway here in the third period of play. 18:55 remaining in our third period. On the backside, shot saved by Champagne. Rebound goes just wide. To the corner, it'll go again. Just missing the mark was Robbie Moore. Here is Matt Hefter. He'll be chased down in behind by Lyndon Lipinski, who has a hat trick here tonight. 33 on the back of his jersey. 3 tonight. Shot on net is a save by Champagne. Lipinski on the weak side of the play will take another shot. It'll be advanced out to neutral ice, though, by the Beavers. Walking in will be Austin Yano. Yano will be met by both defensemen. Centers one in front. They shoot and score. Reese Foreman, a one-timer, beat Champagne, and it's 5-1.
Colorado just basically fell asleep on the backside defense there and kind of caught with their heads turned, backs to the play. Minot just skates in behind him. Just real simple, easy, bang-bang pass play, and that's all she wrote. Minot with another goal, 5-1 lead.
Well, both defensemen were sucked into the corner, and that's what happens when you go one-on-one with the goalie. You're going to have a high shooting percentage, especially as he's sliding back to the side.
Well, that's it. I mean, the forwards, they got to come in and help out. If those defensemen are getting sucked to the corner, that's kind of what I was alluding to. I guess I probably could have and should have made that more clear, so I apologize about that. But, you know, those forwards, they're on the ice as well. They can slough back in and play that backside, weak side help defense, and they just didn't do it. They got caught kind of sleeping up near the blue line, hoping that Colorado would get that puck out of the corner and be able to skate up ice with it. Didn't happen, and instead it went the other way.
Play to the corner. Dylan Johnson will be consumed by the defenseman Mick Bruce, a hard hitter. Hasn't had many hits tonight. Much like the 1980s rock band, the Electric Prunes. Jarman through neutral ice. He's there with Coleman, and he'll go down as looks like Coleman is offside. Jarman is as well, so he'll have to clear. He doesn't realize it, so the referee at any time could blow his whistle. Decides not to in a 5-1 game. Martelli will bring it in. Shot and a kick save by Champagne. It's loose of the high slot. And we're going to get a misconduct on Thomas Jarman. Jarman will get a 10 and a 2.
I didn't see what it was for.
He said something.
Is that okay?
He said something, yeah.
All right.
Couldn't tell you what it said, but
yeah.
I'm assuming it wasn't Merry Christmas.
Probably not. Doesn't seem too happy in the penalty box either, slamming his stick against the glass. But yeah, I mean it. This is dicey time for Colorado. You know, I know you're down 4 goals, but you can't just give up and start playing chippy either. That's something that is dangerous for Colorado. Something you got to be aware of. If you coach Ballard, trying to maintain that composure of your guys, your squad. But because Colorado, like we've said a couple times now, a lot of penalties on the year. So if they can keep their composure, I think it'll help them out in the long run as opposed to just getting chippy and then just being agitated for the long break they have coming up.
I was 50% right on the comment I made before the resumption of play. It was not a 10 on the 2. A 10 and a 2 on Jarman, just a 10, so the numbers will stay 5-on-5. Also, I'd like to take this opportunity to say a special hello to all of our friends at CU Sports Mag that are tuned in right now.
Did you get
I did get a message
from them? Okay,
I did.
all
They
right.
asked me if I am still writing letters to Santa.
Oh.
And at this junction, I said, yes, I am.
Okay.
Because every bit helps.
Yes.
So a special hello to all my friends at CU Sports Mag. I would name you all, but
It's a long list.
I'm not sure who's there at this point. I know who was there earlier tonight. CU Sports Mag is the Sports Center show and is a student-run weekly highlights show that recaps the week in CU sports. You can watch it every Friday at 4:15 local time, and also on the weekends on Fox College Sports. Jeremy Johnson's shot will elevate her up into the netting and out of play. It's actually a very cool show. We highlight club sports and D1 sports and all sports, and they are overriding the show right now for tomorrow's broadcast.
All right, have to tune in, see what's going on. But while we're doing shout-outs, just giving saw that Bobby B. Dennis shouting us out on Twitter. Appreciate that. Keep the tweets coming in, folks. If you have something you want to read on there, perhaps maybe a young fan at home watching wants us to give a quick shout-out. Hopefully Santa's watching. Maybe we could do something like that. But
up the ice will come Lipinski. He'll drop one there, taken over by Rich Wigton. Danced away by Brooks. And the puck still loose down into the corner. At the next option play, I will give a shout-out to all the members of CU Sports Mag because I've received received a list. Yes, Santa's list.
Did you check it twice?
I'm going to check it twice.
All right, good stuff.
So the next option play, you know what, also, the same staff that runs that show is also the behind-the-scenes staff sometimes for this broadcast. So it is the holiday season, so so we'll thank them.
Yes, that's true.
We will.
That's a good point.
It was pointed out to me that it is not really a Sports Center type show because I've been known to sing and dance on CU Sports Mag, so that's...
You know what? Hey, I've seen Sports Center anchors do some crazier things. In fact, one of them I've seen wrestle Ronda Rousey. So
that was cool.
I mean, hey, you can pretty much do whatever you want.
It's basically the CU Sports variety show. You'd never know who's going to show up.
I think that's the actual title of it, isn't it?
Yes, it should be.
The phrase, anyway.
All right, here we go. A special shout-out to all the crew back at the Armory building here at the University of Colorado. Ansley Guthrie, Cyrus Allen, Laura Kuchkowski, Alex Doyle, whose brother is Chris Doyle, playing here tonight, Cyrus Allen, Mallory, Chris, who is celebrating her graduation here in a few weeks as Matt Anders gets lit up there, Allie Monroy, and Mitch, who I can't remember Mitch's last name right now, but he's the best video editor in the country. So shout out to Mitch. All right.
Bold statement.
He is great. Very nice kid. Only a freshman in the future. Hashtag Plumbus. All right. 14:40 remaining here in the third period. 5-1 is our score. And Mick Bruce will bury a man into the boards. It looks like that's Dickerson who went in down low. Again, if you missed it, Jarman in the box, a 10-minute misconduct penalty. He'll be out at the 7-minute mark.
Get Dora here.
And Dora's going to get a penalty for launching Dylan Johnson into the boards.
It seemed like it was a little more incidental contact, but to me that was maybe more of the official just not wanting things to get out of hand, trying to keep a close eye on the game. He kind of might have sensed that Colorado being down 4 late on home ice might have started to try to get chippy, and so I think that's just one of those, hey, may not have been anything egregious, but let's just nip it in the butt before anything happens. So I think that's what that call was right there.
So it'll be the first penalty against Colorado where it'll be an advantage for the Beavers. It'll be played back and forth now. Olsen will go a one-timer for Bullifer, saved by Champagne, bouncing forward to Cardash, and cleared down by David Coleman. Minute 39 remaining on the power play for the Beavers. Bullifer will receive a pass in from behind. He'll advance forward over the line, chased down by the outreach stick there of Eric Cardash. Out to Pont, across the Bullifer, looking in down low. Fakes an exchange as he had Coleman turned around. Bullifer will shuffle it along. Olsen one more time in down low. This time it'll be McNevin out to Olsen. A shot, save, rebound into the corner. Champagne thought it might have been in the pads or behind him. Luckily, it was about 10 feet away. Meanwhile, Olsen straight away will come back to the near side where we'll exchange with McNevin. McNevin again alongside with Olsen with 56 seconds on the power play. Bullifer a shot deflected away by Champagne to the corner. It goes. Collected, though, by Derek Brooks. Out to Bullifer again. He'll fake a shot. Moves it to Olsen. Slid in down low for McNevin. A battle in front and a glove save by Colin Champagne. 42 ticks remain on the power play for the Beavers. And it looks like the pleasantries are starting to
pick up.
Yeah, they're exchanging. George Gruber, who's been having words with Lyndon Lipinski and now Brett McNevin. Gruber, an emotional player.
Well, there was just a huge battle, basically, that entire possession, and right in front of the net between, I want to say it was Trent Edwards of the Buffaloes, and I think Bob Pond of Minot. I think. I could be wrong. It was a little tough to see his number, but it was, huge battle right in front of the net, that entire possession, both of them not wanting to give an inch. So that might have been kind of where some of that initiated from, some of those extra pleasantries after the whistle. But again, the referees kind of sent that message with Dora, sending him right to that box on what I thought was incidental contact, basically. This is ice we're playing on after all. So, but, they wanted to send that message. I think we'll see a lot of those quick whistles the rest of this game.
Colorado has killed off the power play, so we're back to even strength with 12:23 remaining in our third period. 5-1 our score. 5-1 also the famous rock song by The Doors. Jim Morrison wrote that song off of their album, The Doors.
Going deep with your music knowledge tonight, Joe.
I do work at a radio station, so that does happen.
That's true, but...
Picked off in the neutral zone. Here comes Dylan Johnson. A rush alongside Dylan Smith. Trying to hit Smith on the fly. Missed him there and behind. Will bounce off the backboards. And Matt Adams will wrestle it forward to Carter, who hits Bauer. Literally hits him. He hit him in the leg as Bauer will go off. That doesn't feel good. That stings. 11:45 remaining here in the third period to play. This one will go down. Now that song is stuck in my head.
Is it? You did it to yourself.
It could have been about, it's not about a hockey game. I'm not even going to try and make that.
Yeah, I actually wanted to hear that because I just wanted to see how that would happen. Okay.
I've really, I've connected things
pushed
in the
envelope
past.
A little too much tonight, huh? All right.
5-1, baby. 1-5. No one here gets out of line. That's the lyrics. However, people do get out of line in hockey.
Yeah, so I don't know how you would have made that work.
That could be the. That could be a referee.
Yeah,
from the point of the referee.
Exactly. There you go. All right.
Go.
It was good.
That's my imagination working there. We're going to have a penalty on Pilkington as he wrestled someone down to the ground. It looks like it's Morgan Martell.
Yeah, I think it is.
Oh, boy, I'm really hoping the parade to the penalty box is not.
I think it's started. It's not about to start, Joe. I think it has started, and that's exactly what I was saying. Like I said, it started with Dora down here in the corner that we're actually about to take this face-off in. That seriously was. We'll have to go back and watch this after the game actually concludes. But I bet you, I think we got it on camera. That was just the lightest little. It wasn't even a bump. I think he might have breathed on him, and the guy fell down. And but the referee just thought that maybe because of his angle that he actually hit him, and I think he called a cross check on Dora was what he had called into the boards. But this is a situation where Colorado's reputation of those coming into the game, 389 penalty minutes, works against them because officials are going to be very quick with that whistle.
Played out to Dijon at the top of the circle. Boy, he got blasted there by Yano. Stays up. What a save by Champagne, meanwhile. Diving across, denying the captain, Brett Nesper. Oh, my. This is the point of the game, too. We really hope keep it clean. I know that for selfish reasons I need to get out of here. Got a paper due, but nobody cares. Offside by the Beavers.
I'll tell you I care, just so you have one.
Okay,
there you go. I support you,
I would
Joe.
say my parents at home watching would care, but they are fast asleep. Yeah. Local time in Boulder, 10:57. Nice. Yep. A good happy Friday to our Central Time viewers and our East Coast viewers and our viewers that are literally in tomorrow. I know that we, once in a while, have worldwide viewers. This year we've ranged from viewership here, of course, as locally as fans in the arena, all the way out to India, Australia, New Zealand, Europe, Israel. What else have we had this year? Florida's almost like a different country. Of course, Canada, all parts, from East Coast to West Coast, everywhere from Alberta to Ontario, all the way even up to Montreal. One viewer, I think, from Thunder Bay is Eric Kardash. Speaking of Canadians, gets mixed up with Bob Pond. Kardash from Calgary, Alberta, Canada. One of two Canadians on Colorado's team. Luke Carter comes from Toronto. He played in the Ontario Junior Hockey League. As Bullerford will take a shot. A save by Colin Champagne, who's from Boulder.
Yep. And we got some extra credit.
And here we go. Now it's hockey in behind.
That was another long battle in front of the net on that last possession. Same thing that we saw earlier with Bond in front of that net. And in fact, there was a point where they had kind of gotten tangled up a little bit. Pond ended up on the ice, turned to the official, just looking and almost begging for a call, didn't get one. So it's curious because at times they've seemed like they've been ultra quick on the whistle. And then we got times like this where we have scraps and players really doing a lot more than maybe is necessary and nothing. So it's interesting to see how the officials are calling this game. But and sure enough, just as I'm saying that, we got somebody headed to the box.
Special shout out. I just got a good tweet here from Bobby B. Dennis. He says, quote, Florida is like a different country, at Joe Paris. I said that. He says, why aren't we funding this man's, quote, somewhere? Finding this man's. Create a GoFundMe now. Yeah, please. I would love. I'm in. I would love some extra cash.
I got confused. What's the GoFundMe now for?
So he's going to fund me for my quotes.
Oh, okay.
Kind of like.
All right. So like a paid speaker, like a motivational speaker, but with quotes. I don't know. Is that a?
I don't know.
I'm like Chris. What is that called?
I'm like Matt Foley, played by Chris Farley on Saturday Night Live. I'm a motivational speaker.
Yeah.
Another penalty, this time on Matt Adams. He's in the box. This one will be broken up, though, by David Coleman. He's going to race to it, but Austin Yano will beat him there. And up again come the Beavers. They played a solid hockey game here tonight. Shot on net, saved by Champagne. On the back door, Lipinski almost had a fourth. He has it there in the slot. Backhand, saved by Champagne. I believe he got a piece of that one. Nonchalant goaltending. Back and forth. The rubber disc will fly around. Getting its money worth tonight, finding itself in the back of the net 6 times. Although it has not been a unique hockey puck here tonight. We've had several change-outs. We've evolved to the point where we realize the puck goes out of play more times than not. Shot, and that one is a save by Champagne. Caught in the arm pad.
At first, I think he thought it might have gotten past them. You saw the classic goalie head whip, looking behind inside the back of his net. Didn't see it, so he just made sure to keep his body clenched, body tight. Keep those arms pinched to the sides, not let that puck bounce out and into the net. So good job by Champagne there.
For those at home keeping score, we have found studio engineer Greg O'Brien.
Oh, yes.
Turned out he was in the rink the whole time, just out of sight of our broadcast position. So we found him. He's not missing.
Gliding around.
There was an APB for Greg. We didn't know where he was. If something broke, he was our fixer guy. Although at this point in my college career, I think I've learned enough.
You would hope.
Maybe.
Being a senior.
I am 1 full semester away from a 4-year degree.
I'm a class, not even a semester, so I'm just calling it after this semester, basically.
Fair enough. Play through the neutral zone. For those of you wondering, for those of you CU hockey fans, it is centered in front. I will have, personally, Derek and I will have a lot of time next semester as my course load will minimize. So we're going to be bringing you a lot of fun content from CU hockey.
We will be here, there, and everywhere.
We will. Not just live games. The YouTube channel will be running up again. We've got a big series coming out soon. Our video correspondent, Nikolai Onashenko, has been he was doing such good work with CU hockey that he was recruited by the cheerleading team here to do a documentary about them. And they are paying him. I am not paying him.
Hey, look at him, moving up in the world.
So he's moving up. So that will be coming out hopefully by Christmas break. That is our Christmas present to you. The Behind the Buffs documentary series that will chronicle, I guess, the first half of this half of the season. So the first quarter of the season. Meanwhile, there's hockey going on. Nitchin will play down low. Chase after. Martelli will take it. Colorado did kill off again that last penalty, so they are perfect on the penalty kill here tonight. With some speed in behind is Morrison. He'll advance it forward. Edwards will collect it. Across now to Kardash. Jams it in down low. 6:50 remaining in the third period. Minot, the number 1 team in the country. They have held that mark for several weeks. Broken up by Dickerson. He'll bring in 2-on-2 alongside Olsen. Nothing develops from that. Kardash using his body to protect the puck, will advance it to John Nitchin. Nitchin will get on his horse. He'll try to escape around the defenseman Morrison. Morrison did a good job to push him to the side. They're not just fast players. They are very good technical players as well. The Beavers and the Buffs, but that comment was meant for the Beavers.
Yeah.
Both of these teams, very good. Minot State, of course, were national champions a few years ago. Head coach Wade Regier is probably one of the only coaches in the ACHA that has his own Wikipedia page.
Does it really?
Yeah, he does. I read it this morning. Lipinski in, looking for his fourth, and on the back end, we're going to have a fight here, and it's Chris Doyle going after it. Alex, if you're watching at home, your brother is in a skirmish, and he will back off as Austin Yano will yell something across. And Chris will be escorted to the penalty box as his backside covered in snow. Nesper will give him a comment as he'll enter in, and he might have, he gave him a number on his hand. I'm not sure which one it was. One of the digits, though, did emerge from the glove of Chris Doyle. There are 5. Which one do you think it was? Wasn't the thumb.
Rules it out. We got 4.
In Shakespearean times, they didn't flip people off. They would instead bite their thumb in the face of someone else.
I got to ask, how do you know these things off the top of your head? Folks, Joe did not look that up at home. Joe just knew that.
You learn a few things.
I'm a business student, so I guess I don't get exposure to these things all the time.
Through 7 semesters of college,
that was great.
I've learned a few things.
All right. Speaking of learning things, you learn anything from the coach's Wikipedia page? I'm curious what's on there.
Coach Regier?
Yeah.
It had his coaching statistics. It had a little bit of his personal life background. Wade, a really, really nice guy. Again, when we showed up to the rink, the Mesa Ice Center. Is that what it is in North Dakota? I'm not sure. I think it is. We showed up there, and he was waiting for us at the back door. And he's there to help greet us in, and he greeted the coaching staff and myself in. And again, as a head coach, for you to take the time to go do that, you got a game.
That says a lot.
He's a very hospitable guy. They say that you go up to Canada and they've got that Canadian hospitality. It extends a few degrees south of the Boulder into North Dakota. I will say, though, that the town of Williston is a pretty rough and tough town when we were there. I know that things have changed a little bit since a year ago with the oil situation and the economy boom. But when we were there, it was a rough and tough oil town, reminiscent of Jackson, Wyoming back in the 80s, a very rough and tough area. And, oh, boy, we got some liberties being taken out here, out on the ice. Coleman takes a shot. George Gruber will come to assist him. Now Matt Adams getting into it with McNevin. All the referees have their hands up. They're going to let Adams and McNevin keep going. They're going to kind of rock him, sock him, bop him back and forth. And finally, they're going to try and separate him. Adams hasn't had enough. He's still going after him. And this is very uncharacteristic of Matt Adams, usually a pretty quiet player. Oh, he gives him. There he goes. There's another digit being raised, this time by Brett McNevin. And they're going to send him to the box. They're going to back Adams off a little bit. Bolifer's going to take a seat. And the parade to the penalty box continues. Denver will have their parade of lights in a few weeks, and it probably will be a little more colorful and exciting than the parade to the penalty box.
Was it in a few weeks? I thought it was, I thought it was this weekend, actually.
Oh, really? I thought it was in a few weeks. Matt Adams has been ejected, and he'll go take a nice warm shower. His year is over. The 2015 year for Adams will end now. So
calendar year.
We'll see it calendar year, correct. I've
made
the comment about 6 or 7 times that it's the end of the year. Yeah. It's the end of the, and people say, well, no, there's more games in January, Joe. I said, well, I know. Bobby B. Dennis tweeting in, it is the Mesa Arena. Thank you very much. Yes,
there you go.
Yes, it is.
Right.
I was close. I did get that. I got that right.
Yeah, I was going to say, you weren't close. You were dead on.
I got it. There we go. Oh, this is the most tedious part of the job is figuring out the penalties.
Yeah, the conference is broken up, though, of the officials. So at this point, it's just a matter of getting the guys on the ice, getting that puck dropped, and getting these last 4 minutes, 51 seconds of the third period completed. Hopefully without any more incidents or grief, but you never know.
I'd like to take the time to thank our broadcast sponsor, Radio 1190 KVCU Boulder. Tune in the entire rest of the year for your chance to win tickets to all CU men's basketball games. Tune in Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 6 to 7, and you can win tickets to the games. That was that plug.
Yeah.
So we're going to do the numbers. There are 4 black jerseys on the ice, 3 gray and gold jerseys. So the 4-on-3 in favor of Minot. Matt Adams, a 5-minute major, has been dismissed early. And aside from that, the goal there from Johnson, his first of the night, a rocket by.
Yeah.
My goodness. Aside from that, though, no one up on the board. Johnson, a rocket. A power play goal will make it 6-1 with 4:21 remaining in our third period. That was too easy. That looks like a play that you run in a drill.
Yeah, that was. But, I mean, it's so much open ice. It's pretty easy to find spots, and, that just, like you said, looked way too easy on that one. Oh, we got another conference with the officials over there.
Oh, we got another tweet from Bobby B. Dennis. Oh, that's a cool one.
I looked at that picture. That was a good picture.
Only way to watch and tweet at the same time. Bobby B. Dennis.
He's got it. We thought we had a lot of screens going on.
Hashtag fan of the game right there. We haven't done that in a few weeks, but
we've been short-staffed, so
it's just us tonight.
Yep.
Derek has been running the camera.
Yep. Joe over on graphics/Twitter/ play-by-play/ any more things we can add to that /? I want to see that business card.
I don't have a business card.
That's got to be one heck of a business card.
We had a staff meeting last night at the radio station here on campus, and we talked about business cards, and everyone looked at me, and I said, no, I don't have them. I said, you don't have a business card? I said, nah, I haven't got the time. I'm not good at cutting. I would print them out. And
just this face. That's all you need. So you see this face? There you go.
Hello. I actually did have business cards at one point in my career. That was my babysitting business.
Oh, I didn't know you did that.
Sit on any babies
okay.
that needed to be sat on.
That's probably taking that job a little too literally.
Yeah, $10.82 an hour, not bad.
Oh, yeah.
Lipinski on the near side, looking for a 4th goal. Will play it off Bruce, high into the netting with 3:42 remaining in the third.
Down to 5-on-4, though. We got a couple penalties came scorching out of the box there.
Again, Matt Adams has gone to the dressing room. Again, very uncharacteristic of Matt Adams. A freshman defenseman. Played for the Chicago Bulldogs, actually, in the North American Prospect League, the NA3HL. Usually not feisty, but tonight he was.
Yeah, well, I mean, and that's one of those your emotions. Your emotions just get the better of you, and down 5 goals late in the third period, home ice, just before break. I doubt pressures of school weighed into any of that. Those tend to not make it to the ice.
He was so upset with finals coming up next week.
You never know.
Just had to tee off on someone.
You never know, so I didn't want to rule it out. But, no, I mean, it's just that's one of those where the emotions of the game just get a little ahead of you as a freshman. That's maybe something that...
stress really builds up. I read an article a few years ago about some dolphins that were being trained by the United States military. And the Dolphins were so stressed out by their operations with the military that they were given time off. And it's an interesting piece. During Hurricane Katrina, the compound where the dolphins were being kept was actually damaged, and the dolphins were on the loose. Now, these dolphins have been trained to spot, coming attackers onto American soil, and they also had been trained to fire a specialized gun that was built for dolphins. Now, the FBI and the CIA gave very limited information, but they did say following Hurricane Katrina back in, it was 2004, that there were some dolphins on the loose that were considered dangerous.
You sure this wasn't one
This
of those?
is true. This is 100% true. Go online.
That sounds a lot like something out of Austin Powers. Just
I will pull it up for you right
laser
now.
beams on their heads. That sounds like dolphins with fin guns. I don't even know.
Okay, when I pull it up here in a second.
I will have to eat my words if I see it, but I'm interested in this. Does that not sound like something you would hear out of Austin Powers?
This is the only broadcast in the lead that you're going to find this. Here it is. Armed and dangerous. Okay. Flipper the firing. Let loose.
Flipper the firing dolphin. That's just the greatest name.
Flipper the firing dolphin was.
Are you kidding?
He got loose during Hurricane Katrina.
Wow.
This is a real article in The Guardian in the UK. It's a reputable It's real. It's not the onion. You want to take a screenshot of that?
No. What I'm trying to say is I almost want to put the phone in front of the camera so you guys
do
can
it
see this.
after the game.
Well, the advertisement on this page could not be better.
Oh, wow, yeah.
That is like dead perfect.
Shocking.
That is amazing.
But I'm telling, was I right?
Technically, by that one source, I'll give it to you. But I would need to do a little more research because that's. I was taught never to trust
in a 6-1 hockey game, I'm confident we can do this. It may be the oddest tale to emerge from the Hurricane Katrina. Armed dolphins trained by the U.S. military to shoot terrorists and pinpoint spies have been missing off the Gulf of Mexico.
There's no way. How do you?
I'm
how
telling
are they accurate?
you.
That's just that I don't believe. Now I could see them being trained to spot like underwater landmines, things like that. Makes sense. But firing a weapon, I mean, come on.
Criticism from animal rights groups ensured the use of dolphins became more secretive, but the project gained impetus after the Yemen terror attack on the USS Cole in 2000. Dolphins have been used to detect mines near an Iraqi port.
See, okay, that makes sense. That's what I'm talking about. It makes sense that an underwater creature is trained to spot underwater explosive devices.
Flipper the firing dolphin.
Just like above ground, you know, the military, the police use bomb detection dogs, things like that, to try to keep the soldiers safe from those and folks concerned at home most of the time. The dogs treat it. I used to be in the military, so I have a little bit of knowledge on this. Not a lot, mind you, but dogs treat it as a game, so it's not like it's overly stressful for them. For them, it's actually fun. A lot of times they get treats and stuff afterwards. But so I could see the correlation between the dolphins finding underwater underwater mines, explosive devices, but firing a weapon is a little too extreme for me.
If you enjoyed this conversation, join us every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 6 to 7 on Radio 1190, KVCU Boulder in Denver, or online always at radio1190.org, or on our app. Search KVCU in the App Store on iTunes.
Not Android, though.
Not Android. Well, this hockey game is finally coming to an end. We have had quite a lot of information, hockey and non, throughout the game. With time winding down, I would like to wish everyone a happy holiday season. A goal there from the top. Wow, Reese Foreman.
One more.
Wow, what a shot there. 7-1. Jeez, that's a rocket. Nobody on the bench is having as much fun as we are, so. Yikes. Okay. Let's see. We'll hit that, and we'll export. And there goes the scoreboard, 7-1. Anyways, 33.1 seconds remaining here in our game here tonight. A big thank you to everyone at home. Those of you that tweeted with us, we always love that. Thank you so much. We will have we'll have about a month break.
Yep.
Before the next time Colorado hockey will hit the ice. Colorado will go on the road to Arizona. They'll go down to Tucson to play the University of Arizona Wildcats, U of A. Those two teams are Pac-12 rivals as well as on-ice rivals. So that'll always be a fun matchup. A whistle there near the post. Colin Champine's had enough. Here we go.
Yeah,
oh, boy.
And that was a little bit of a liberty taken at the back of Champagne there while he was trying to get up off the ground. And you don't want to see him get up and retaliate, but at the same time, that was also very unnecessary from Minot.
Somebody's yelling from the bench to cut it out.
Yeah.
It could be from, honestly, either bench. 9.6 seconds remaining.
It's a very quiet rink right now.
It's very quiet in the rink. This is really reminiscent of a few years ago. It was really, this is really a throwback game to a few years ago. We haven't had a game like this in a few years, it seems like, at home. So you know the team will be frustrated going into the winter break, but luckily an entire second half of the year remains. Minot State will remain undefeated. After knocking Colorado off 7-1, the Buffs will assumably fall a little bit from their fifth place ranking in the ACHA. I believe they are still atop the Western Collegiate Hockey League. In my opinion, the best conference in hockey. Alongside Derek Michelson, I'm Joe Paris. Thank you so much for joining us here tonight. It has been a fun one. We wish you all a very happy holiday season. I know Christmas, Hanukkah, and Kwanzaa are all a few weeks away. But we wish you that now, since we will not have the opportunity again. Look at that. There's Frosty the Snowman. You can find his movie on VHS. It's actually it's a double movie. It's a double feature. They have the Frosty, the movie, and then they have I think either the Reindeer or the Little Drummer Boy, depending on the edition you buy. So
might need to Netflix it. I'm not sure.
I wonder if Frosty's on Netflix.
I'm
only
sure
one way
there's
to
something.
know.
I'm sure there's something.
Well, if the X-Files are on there, I'm sure Frosty's on there, right?
Bill Nye's on there.
Bill Nye, friend of the show.
Science
Bill
guy.
Nye. Friend of the show, Bill Nye. We know Bill. Bill. Anyways, well, Derek, anything else?
No, I mean, we kind of said it all throughout the game, including Dolphins with weapons attached to their flippers, apparently. But it was, it was just a game that Colorado just got outplayed. Not necessarily in a fault of their own. They had good moments, they had bad moments. Minot, same thing, good and bad moments for them. But ultimately, it came down to just Minot had a lot more opportunities than Colorado did tonight. They just got a few of those extra bounces, made a few extra plays that Colorado wasn't able to make, and this was the result. Hopefully, the only thing Colorado can do now is try to take this and use it as a motivator. I know we talked about it in the first period. I believe it was the first period anyway.
Do you want to put this article up, by the way? Since at this point, anyone... Okay.
Sure. You got to take the
I'll
graphic down.
I'll take the graphic down.
All right. Well,
all right, point the camera on me. Just point the whole thing on me. All right. Okay, here's the article by Mark Townsend.
Where's Joe? There's Joe.
Hi there.
That's all right. There we are. So as far as we go, right there.
You see that? Well, there's a text message. Armed and dangerous, flipper. And you want to know the reaction to that? Hold on, look at that.
Oh, yeah, there we go. There's that ad. That's the ad that had me going. But
this is a real article too. It's not. It's a long article too. So there's a lot of paragraphs in there. So,
Joe, you're going to be our fade out seat.
Hi there. Jared, come over here. We'll do the sign out.
All right.
You can see what we look like.
There we go. All right.
See,
well, this didn't work out. So
get shorter.
I got to do one of these. I'm going to take a knee. All right, there we are.
Okay, alongside Derek Michelson, I'm Joe Perry. Happy Joe Paris. I got my name wrong.
Yeah, Joe Perry.
Joe Perry. I'm Chris Perry's son.
Good
well,
night,
happy
everyone.
holidays.
I think it's our bedtime. I think that's what happened. Yeah.
I'm out of things to do.
You're waving at nobody. Nobody's in here.
Good night. I think that went well.
I did. I did too. I like that.